Well, family members of Israeli hostages are here in our nation's capital all this week, pushing for the release of their loved ones. Adi and Yael Alexander are at the front lines of this fight because their son, Israeli-American Edan Alexander, is being held in Gaza. He was serving in the IDF when he was taken hostage on October 7th, and last month, their efforts intensified as Hamas actually released this heavily edited propaganda video of their son that was filmed under duress. It's the first time his family has seen him in more than 400 days. Now Edan's parents are calling on Congress, Biden, and Trump to work together to end their nightmare. Adi and Yael Alexander join me now here on set in D.C. Wow, just seeing the image of your son. When you saw the video, too, I want to hear from both of you. Mom, let's start with you. What was it like to see, to hear your son?
It was unbelievable. It was Saturday. I've been in Tel Aviv, and my officer from the IDF that is with us, with the family since October 13, is assigned to us. He's calling me and telling me, Yael, there is a promo, and the assessment is, it's Edan. You need to go home and see it immediately. And I'm seeing it, and my heart dropped. I start shaking. I couldn't breathe because I didn't saw the video. It just was a promo, and I just saw my son leaning down, and it looks like he's crying. After 4 hours, the video released to everyone, and I saw it. I heard his voice. I saw his face. It looks the same, but not, you know. It looks very sad, the sadness in his eyes. He was crying a lot.
And he's telling you.
It was tough. He was
telling
pale.
you to be strong.
He told us, he told me, Adi, and Mika and Roy, his sister and brother, to be strong because it's going to end. And I couldn't believe that my son is telling me from inside Hamas captivity to us to be strong. And I don't know from where I got all the strength to get up and just to go and to have a speech in the Hostage Plaza in Tel Aviv in front of everyone and to do the media and whatever I can do. And we also released the video for everyone to see, because this is the scream of 100 hostages. They are still alive and they are waiting to be free, to come back home, you know, and we cannot wait to the moment that Edan will land in JFK and we can take him home, you know.
You know, you say you wonder where that comes from. There he is being held hostage and he's telling you to be strong.
Yes.
Adi, that's the son you raised.
Yeah, well, I was really proud for us. It was a sign of life. It was very disturbing, but encouraging. He looked good. He spoke well, both languages. He addressed to us, to his parents, to his siblings, imploring us to stay strong, hoping that this nightmare will be ending soon.
So now you're here in the nation's capital. I mean, you have Biden, you have Trump, you have members of Congress. I mean, there's so many people that you could talk to, and I know you want to talk to. Let me ask you, Yael, do you have hope that any one of these individuals can help bring your son home? Have you heard anything that gives you inspiration?
So now basically everything is confidential. They're not really share with us what's going on with the negotiation. But the feel, I just came from Israel. The feel was cautiously optimistic that things are moving, things are happening, and because like we saw, like the northern border with Israel, with Hezbollah, now they had a ceasefire. They are hoping to copying it to the Gaza border and release of the hostages. Here we are meeting with people, both sides. This is a matter for everyone. There is no sides here. This is humanitarian crisis. They need to help us to bring our loved ones home.
And you know, it's become very political, so I just have to ask, you know, you've been going through this since, you know, President Biden has been in office. Adi, do you believe that Trump will take a different political stance here and that, you know, he'll be able to do anything different that President Biden wasn't able to do?
So now it's the moment to rise above politics and without any hesitation, work in collaboration with the the current administration and the incoming administration.
So you're working with both?
With both. I know they do that for fact. We had a meeting with Jake Sullivan yesterday, and they brief each other on a daily basis. And we were told by the President Biden a month ago when we met him at the White House that he had a similar conversation with the President-elect Trump, and we just implore them to seize this moment till Trump takes the office and just pass it over the finish line now.
You two are deep into every aspect of this. Do you feel you have an answer? I mean, from what you've witnessed and what hasn't worked, what if you could sit before President-elect Trump, what would you tell him?
Our message to President Trump, the tweet that was released a week ago, it was one amazing tweet. I think the U.S. government needs to be tough with the friends and with the enemies. And we talk about the enemies, if it's Hezbollah, if it's Iran, if it's Hamas, and the friends as well, including Israel. Otherwise, we don't want to see this. Nobody wants to see that on Trump's plate on January 20th, including Trump. And he says that publicly, privately, and that's the moment to get it done.
You know, you told me that Edan is the one that came to you and said, I want to go serve in the IDF. Was that tough for the two of you when he came to you and said he wanted to do that?
For me, it was tough the moment that he left home because, you know, it's tough. You know, I was getting into his room, arranging it, and he's not there. But I was proud of him, you know, with this choice that he's done. But he needs to come back home, like.
Adi, your thoughts?
Yeah, we were really proud. He made a noble choice. He served, he loved both of his countries.
Yes.
So he served on the time of peace, before October 7, and found himself in the wrong place, in the wrong time. But we keep praying, and we strong and hopeful that now it's the moment to get everybody's back.
And his brother and sister, how do you explain this to them? How do you keep them hopeful?
We are sharing with them everything. We show him also the video, and it's okay, it's a good sign, it's a sign of life. Edan will come back home. Like, we are trying to be very, like, full of hope, and I don't know, just praying a lot. Like, we are very positive in the house. We're never gonna say bad word, you know, or something. Like, we're trying to to create a reality, like a good reality. And I think this also what gave us all the strength, the kids. We have to be strong. They have to see us, like, functioning in the house, like doing family dinners, doing all this kind of stuff during the weekends, you know, with Shabbat and everything.
You have to keep living.
We have to keep living, but again, Edan is the center, but we are trying to tell them that it's gonna be okay.
So what's the first thing you're gonna do the minute your son comes home?
Oh my God, I'm just gonna hug him, just forever. I'm not gonna let him go, and we are gonna ask him whatever he wants to do. You want to travel? You want to chill in the house? Like, whatever.
Dad?
We're gonna do it.
Same thing. We're gonna hug him. I hope for this moment to come really soon, and whatever he wants, study, college, travel, it's all up to him.
I hope you'll stay in close touch with us. We would love to be there the minute you put your arms around that
The
boy.
reunion, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Adi, appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.